All right, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back again with another episode of We Ballin' 2. We got, of course, me, Deb, and we got here Coach Ani. We are ready to talk about Selection Sunday. So we know that the NCAA women's tournament, let me be clear, is about to start in the next couple of days.
Yes,
And
yes,
so we want
yes.
to, get in and talk about what the predictions are, and the selection happens later on today. So then we'll see exactly if these predictions are correct. Um, but yeah, so that's what's on the agenda for today. Want to add anything before we get started?
Just want to, after we get through doing that, let's talk a little bit about the USAA plan in the over in Puerto Rico. They
All
played
right.
3 or 4 games this week, so
Okay. All right. So let's get started. So we're gonna talk about what the predictions are. So we have coming up first, of course, we're going to start off with the number one overall team, which of course is UConn. Um, they are going to be playing in UConn, of course, because they're the number one overall team. So these are the predictions. We have number one UConn against either Holy Cross or Fairleigh Dickinson.
yes,
Um, I don't foresee that being UConn having any trouble actually
right,
running through that
right.
first game with a blowout. I feel bad for the 16 team
I
because
always do
they,
because
oh man, I wish there was another way that they could do it so that they at least get the opportunity for a decent game or an upset game. But going against the overall number one team, I mean,
well, it look is that you know what I look at it like this. I feel bad too, but it's the experience that's it's the most. Like so when you have that experience and you see what it's about and you see what kind of talent the number one team has, you have to fight to get better.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You have to
agreed.
fight to get better, and hopefully Holy Cross or Fairleigh Dickinson won't be in the same position next year. But you got to fight to get better, and you got to
Yeah.
win some. You got to win some of those higher talented teams. You got to beat some of those higher talented teams to get
I
in a
just
better
I
number.
just think like those teams like I don't know that it changes much though because at the end of you have like the SWAC tournament. So the winner of the SWAC tournament ends up in a 16 seed. Like they don't move them any higher than that. I've never seen one higher than a 16 seed. No matter what the schedule looks like. I think those teams just they're the throwaway teams. I think that's how they think about them, and they just really they don't garner the respect that I think they deserve. So they end up in those 16 spots. It's
Yeah,
unfortunate, but I don't
yeah,
think I've
but
ever seen one any.
it's a matter of scheduling, and I understand what you're saying. It's a matter of scheduling to me.
I don't think it's
But
going to make a difference. I think they're always going to end up in the 16.
I don't. I mean, it's a matter of scheduling to me. They're going to be there if they continue to schedule the way they schedule.
I mean I don't know because if you're in the conference and you run through your conference and you win your conference, those teams that you play outside of your conference at the beginning, we know that these teams schedule the games. We know that they play them. We know, especially the HBCUs, we know they play them, but they're not winning against those big teams. Now, a couple of the HBCUs did get some wins here and there. So yeah, they're still playing those big teams. They're not necessarily winning against those big teams, and they run through their conference. They're still going to end up in a 16. I don't think the scheduling is going to make a difference. Now, if they play those big teams in the beginning and they're winning, they're beating all of them, then yeah, absolutely. It makes a huge difference. But on down the line, we know they're not winning. We know that. It's just unfortunate the way that it falls for these teams because I just they're never gonna end up further or more than a 16. So USC and Princeton has been really good this year. People probably haven't been paying attention because They just haven't, but I have. And Princeton is actually fairly good. So this game, I mean, USC unfortunately has just had a really bad year without their leader on the court. It's unfortunate for them. Um, but I think that she makes a huge difference when she's playing with them, as opposed to you've got these freshmen in there fighting for their lives, and although they've done a fairly decent job, they don't have a leader on the court, and you can tell with the games, like they don't have somebody that takes over that can control the pace, that can come down and get a bucket when you need it. They just don't have it, unfortunately. Saw this happen to my daughter's team, unfortunately. When you lose the person on the team that's the coach on the floor, and you don't have anybody else to step up and take that place, it kind of looks like chaos, and that's kind of what they've looked like all year. But Princeton, on the other hand, has really played really good games all season. They're a really good team, and I don't know how they fare again, or how USC is going to fare against a really good, well coached Princeton team.
We will see. We definitely will see.
All right, so we're
That
going to
eight
move over.
nine, that 8-9 is always going to be tough, and it
It
should be
is,
it always should be a good game.
yeah, yeah. And then we move over to Norman, Oklahoma, the city of Norman. What's he saying? I'm going to the city of Norman. We've got Michigan State against Colorado State. I have not seen Colorado State play. I don't know what they look like. But Michigan State, when they're shooting on all cylinders, are unstoppable. I did watch them play in person when I was in Cherokee. We went to Cherokee uh, to for a tournament, and they laid Ole Miss out. I mean, from the beginning of the game to the end, I was completely in awe of their shooting, the way they move the ball, um, the defense. And I'm just thinking, Big Ten is going against a SEC team that's defense is their thing. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I predicted Michigan State was going to lose to Ole Miss, and Michigan State said, "Clock this T." So
I
I
think
don't know
Ole
what
Miss. I think Ole Miss lost herself in the middle of the season though,
this was. This was early.
because they wasn't playing no defense.
This was early on. So um, and then we have uh, Oklahoma versus Murray State. Again, Murray State is another team that I don't know much about. So I don't know. Uh, I don't see. Sorry about all the noise. On the phone. I don't see. I don't see. I because we had Middle Tennessee. Sorry about that. We had Middle Tennessee University that ended up upsetting a team, but of course that was the boys' side. So you never know, these 13 seeds can be the thorn in your side that you didn't know was going to be a thorn in your side. Oklahoma, when Reagan Beard stays out of foul trouble, they're hard to stop because she just literally just lives in the paint. She's gonna you if she gets you down there, it's not much you can do with that. She's gonna score.
I think the freshman is the key to their game, their team, and if she's playing good,
Chavez,
they're going to win.
yeah,
If she's not
Chavez,
playing good because she's gotten comfortable now. She knows what it is,
yeah, I
and she'll
agree.
pull her team along. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Then we have over in Louisville, we've got number 6 Washington against James Madison. James Madison is another one of those teams that is a sleeper team. They're actually fairly decent. Um, and Washington has been pretty. They've been pretty consistent.
Hmm.
Losing to teams that we expect them to lose to, um, like UCLA and, the teams that were I'm like, yeah, I expect you to lose to those teams, but they've actually been playing really good basketball, and that's probably gonna be a good game. If James Madison shows up the way that I've seen them show up, that should be a pretty good game. Louisville taking on Idaho. I know nothing about Idaho. Absolutely not. I know Louisville.
Yeah, and I don't think Idaho will be around too long. They're gonna get beat by Louisville. And in Louisville, okay,
Yeah, they're in Louisville. Yeah. Mm.
yeah,
Home crowd advantage. Then we're going to move on
yes,
to Nashville, Tennessee. We got NC State taking on South Dakota State. We know South Dakota State; those ladies can ball. Um, I don't think they beat NC State, uh, but they're definitely going to give them a run for the money.
I thought that North Carolina State would be better this year, but they just wasn't.
I did too.
I think it's because of the two, Sanaya and what's the other girl, Asia. I want to say, how do they say her first name? The other
Azaya,
girl, Azaya. Yeah, I think it's because they left, but I thought they had two good girls coming off the bench that could just fill right in and keep it moving.
they
But
did,
it didn't
but
happen that way.
yeah, unfortunately. I don't think they're bad. I think they could be better, honestly.
Yeah, I thought they was
Um,
going to be just as good as they was last year, and they would keep it moving because the two girls that came off the bench that started for them, they were decent. They're good.
yeah,
As the one that came off the bench, when she came off the bench last year, even in this tournament, she played a really good game. She played a really good tournament. So I'm not sure what happened. I think they had some injuries maybe,
hmm
but I just thought they were going to be better. And they're in the ACC, correct?
yes,
Are they in the ACC?
they
I thought
are
they
in
would be
ACC.
better in the ACC. It wasn't even like they was even around.
Yeah,
So
and
we'll
then we
see what they
have
do.
South Dakota. I mean, sorry, Vanderbilt, number two Vanderbilt, taking on UTSA, University of Tennessee, or University of Texas, San Antonio. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I
University of
thought.
Texas, San
Yeah.
Antonio. Um, I think Vanderbilt handles their business with this game. I don't see that being a problem. I think you've got these two great players on your team that are on a mission, and with the freshmen, um, Galvin, and of course Michaela Blakes, who definitely should be Player of the Year. If she's not, I'll be there's there's no reason for her not to be. Quite honestly, she's
You
done it
think
all.
so?
So, absolutely,
Mm.
absolutely.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Okay, all right, all right. So we're gonna
I mean,
move
because
on.
are you considering anybody from like UConn? Are you considering?
The only reason why I'm not is because UConn hasn't played anybody.
But the AP, but the people that be don't seem to even think about it like that. So
That's
yeah,
how I
you
see
got to
it.
look over that because they're the number one team in the nation right now, and they haven't played anybody.
They haven't played anybody.
So and
So yeah, your
they're still
numbers
the
are
number
gonna
one
be great.
seed.
Your
They're-
numbers are gonna be amazing when you play no one.
yeah, but
They're
they're
gonna
still
look
the number one seed, so they're not even thinking about that. So me and you don't have a vote. The way I look at
yeah,
it, I just think it's I just don't know
yeah,
because the way they're looking at it right now.
yeah. I think it's unfortunate, when you have the number one team in the country that really doesn't play anybody of sub, sub, sub oh my God, significance.
Substance.
Why I couldn't get that word out? Significance throughout the season. I mean,
It's the reputation.
yeah, you're
It's
gonna
UConn.
run over everybody in your conference. We expect you to beat people in your conference, which is why
Yeah,
I haven't even bothered to watch a game because it's like
it's boring.
it's boring. It's boring.
Yeah,
So yeah, your numbers are gonna be amazing. You're gonna look like a superstar
yeah.
against these
But
teams that you're beating by 40, 50,
for the
60
for the
points.
people that be now, they're still the number one team, number one seed coming into
Yeah,
this tournament. So we'll
Yeah,
see what happens. We will see what happens for sure, for sure.
we definitely will.
Yeah.
So we have in the second part of the bracket, we've got in LA, we got UCLA, the number one seed um, in that division, taking on also the number two uh, team in the country, taking on UC San Diego. UCLA wins that game.
The team that the game to watch is right here underneath it.
Tennessee and Iowa State.
Hey, boy, that's gonna be a battle. That is
I didn't
going
even
to
think
be a battle.
Tennessee was going to make the tournament. So the fact
Oh,
that
I
they're
definitely
here,
they've been ranked the whole season, even though they lost 7 games in a row coming out of the tournament. They've been ranked the whole season. They've
they're
been
no
in the
longer
top
they were no
5.
longer ranked.
They've been ranked the most of the season though, and that is the reason why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
So
definitely knew that. And let me tell you one thing that the killer to me, and I am I'm very very I'm very very shocked because I'm waiting on the hammer to come down on the coach on Tennessee. But I really don't want it to happen because there's just too many flips for coaching
yeah,
there, and no one's
yeah,
gonna want that job. You can't. You got to give them some time. You
yeah,
got to. I don't think that they should have fired the other coach that's at Missouri now. And I'm not saying that I like this coach for Tennessee. What I'm saying is she's got to build her own culture, and it takes time.
yeah,
So let's see if she can rebound next year, and hopefully she can get through the tournament, and they don't do anything, and they give her another year. That's what I want. I really, really do want that because it takes time to build a team that has your culture, that what you want.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll see. Like I told you this before. I feel like she should sit down and evaluate every player, and 3 or 4 of those players should be in the portal and out of there because they're not in the culture, and she needs some people that fit into what she's trying to do. So that's the way I feel about it.
yeah. And it's unfortunate because I feel like the people that came to Tennessee came to play for the previous coach. They were recruited by the previous coach. So then you end up on a team with a coach that
For real.
this wasn't
Yes.
your first choice. You know, you're kind
Yes.
of thrown in and you've
Yep.
already decided you're just like, I'm not jumping back in the
Yeah,
portal.
but
I'm not
you got an
it's
option of getting
unfortunate.
hit in that portal. You got an option. You could have
So
said, "Hey, my coach." Well, she sat out a whole year, so it's been 2 years.
right.
But you could have said, "Let me look and see what's a better fit for me." Because if you're playing basketball and the coach and it's just not working out at the place, man, don't sit around there. Get out of there, man. I don't care what nobody says. Get out of there and find you somewhere that you can play. Find you somewhere that it fits better for you. And to me, a great example was the girl that transferred from South Carolina to California. Okay. I can't remember her name. Me and you discussed her name. What is her name? Because you're better at names than me. But she played for South Carolina and she transferred to California last year and she played well this year and she got a lot of playing time. She started for California and she really her
Sakima.
stock rose. Her stock rose. So I mean, I don't think that you should sit there. I really don't. If I'm coming in as like an all-American or somebody, on the top 50 and I'm sitting on the bench and this is not working out for me,
But I
I'm
don't think anybody was sitting on the bench though. Everybody was playing.
I'm talking about just period in a general,
Yeah.
but it wasn't
Everybody
working out for
played
them.
for
It wasn't,
Tennessee. Because she
yeah,
was
but
doing 5 in, 5 out,
I
trying
know,
to
but to me, it just wasn't working out.
yeah.
They had no cohesiveness. They had no team. They didn't play as a team. You, Let me tell you something. As much as me and you watched Tennessee, who was their leader?
They didn't have one. But
There you
also
go. That's the problem.
Also, I think that comes down to coaching too, because if you don't have somebody, we know when we watch certain teams who the leader is. We know when we watch UConn who their leader is on the court. We know when we watch Ole Miss who their leader is on the court. We never got an understanding of who she wanted to be the leader on the
You don't
court. We
pick the
never
leader.
really got
The
that.
leader just comes out. You don't pick the leader. The
I
leader
think,
comes out to
but
me.
also you have to put your as a coach, you have to say, you'll know that person, you'll know. the coach is gonna let you know in one way or another who that person is. I think
But
that was part of the problem that we had at Creekside. We didn't have a leader on the court. We had nobody. It was like, you bring the ball up, no, you bring the ball up, no, you bring the ball up, no, you bring the ball. There was never any sort of, hey, this person is gonna come in on the court and they're gonna lead. So in that
I
instant,
kind of disagree, but I mean that's you and this is me. The
yeah.
leader will emerge. Okay, you will see the lead. You'll see the leader emerge. You'll
And we
know
don't know what was said behind the
you
scenes
you
too.
don't. But what I'm telling you is the leader will emerge because they will start to follow that person because they become the leader. The
Yeah,
leader will emerge, and if you don't have not one person that is going to be the leader on your team, you got a problem.
yeah,
Okay, that's going to step out and tell other players and make them accountable because you got to have it.
yeah,
It can't just be the coach, the voices of the coaches. It's got to be a player in that on that team that makes other people accountable. And if you don't have that, you're gonna have problems. I don't care what team you're. It could be first grade, second grade. It could be high school, college, any team. If you do not have a leader that people listen to, you got a problem. And to me, you're when you go to recruit, you're looking for a leader. If you
yeah,
don't see a leader in a person, man, I don't know. You're gonna get a bunch of followers. Not me. I'm when I'm coaching, I need somebody to step out and emerge from and say, okay, there goes my leader. And a lot of time it's your point guard. And a
yeah,
lot of time, if you're gonna play point, you got to lead. You got to be the coach on the floor. You got to tell people, hey, you're in the wrong position. Make that extra pass. Get over
yeah.
here. Call that play. Do you got to be able to go and talk to another player and say, hey, block out, get that rebound, pass over. You just got to have a leader, and I didn't see one for Tennessee.
Yeah.
So
So up next, we got Chapel Hill in North Carolina. We got Maryland and Gonzaga. I've watched a Gonzaga game, but it was many moons ago.
mhm,
Um, they're actually were not a bad team, but I haven't
mhm.
seen them since then. That was like way early on in the season. I kind of caught a game. Um, they they were pretty decent. I don't know. Uh, again, it's going to determine which version of Maryland shows up because we've had multiple versions of Maryland throughout the
Right,
season,
right.
and I think if the we're going to give you BTA version of them shows up, I think they beat Gonzaga. But Gonzaga is one of those teams that is well coached.
Well, so
They're
is
well
Maryland.
coached.
Maryland's got a hell of a coach,
They do.
and they will be prepared for this first game. Trust and believe me. They had a whole week to sit down and look at who they might be playing. They're
Yeah.
going to be prepared.
Yeah.
And Maryland won't be down. I'm telling you, she's a hell of a recruiter too. They
She
won't she
is.
they won't be down very long. If they've been down this year, but they won't be down. But I guarantee you, they're going to beat Gonzaga's.
Okay. All right. So we got North Carolina and Vermont. I haven't seen Vermont. I've seen North Carolina. I've seen what they can do. Um, I just want to quickly say because I think we're going to do another video later on to talk about all of my high school girls that I've been watching
Mhm.
recently. But Kate Harpering became the all-time points leader in the state of Georgia for GHSA. Um, she scored 40 points in the championship game. They ended up winning Marist against Kell. She's headed to North Carolina, and she's a heck of a player.
She's going to be
Now,
good in North Carolina. She's going to
I
fit right
think
up in there.
I hope so. I hope so. I have my own thoughts and feelings. But just thinking about her meshing with the rest of the team and what that looks like, her ability, like if you have not seen Kate Harpering, I suggest that you go watch a couple of
I've seen
highlight
her a
videos
couple
of her.
times. She's a shooter, and she's going
She's
to
a
be a
shooter.
shooter, and she's
Yeah,
going to be a shooter, and they'll work on everything else
yeah,
with her. She's going to have to step up and be able to play D. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And she's a shooter, and they will make sure that they run plays so she can get open or she's going to be sitting in them corners.
I don't
So
think
we'll
she has
see.
the because she has a good mid-range game. She got that turnaround shot that she takes, you know. she's she's a well-rounded offensive player. Defense, I think, can be worked on, but again,
Right.
I think they'll get that together.
Mhm.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what she does next. I hate to rush the season past. I would always say that, like, I don't want to rush it through because I want
Right.
to enjoy
Right.
what's coming.
Right.
But my God, the way she put on a clinic in that championship game. Anyway, back to the
So I'm
North
glad I'm
Carolina.
glad you're giving her flowers. I'm glad you're giving her
I
flowers.
have to. I can't even. I can't hate. I can't hate at all.
Yeah. Just give her flowers. That's she's a baller, man.
She's a baller.
And she's a high
She did
IQ
her big
person.
one. She
High
did her big one.
IQ. She's a baller. She's a high IQ. She can shoot the ball. She
Yeah,
gonna get her points. Uh, it's gonna be hard for you to stop her. She's gonna get her points. You have to stop everybody else because she gonna come out and get her points.
absolutely. So
So,
we predict North Carolina to beat Vermont. I've not
for
seen
sure,
Vermont at
for sure,
all. I don't know
for
what they
sure,
look like, but I
for
don't
sure.
see them beating North Carolina. Over in Columbus, Ohio, we've got Alabama taking on Arizona State or Richmond. Arizona State is good. They're
Yeah,
good.
but I believe that the game is gonna be. I believe Alabama's good too. And I believe the game is
Oh,
not gonna be that first game. It's gonna be the Alabama against Ohio State game. That's gonna be a game.
that's
Okay.
I'm looking forward to. I
Yeah.
hope that you are right because that game I want to see. But
That
this
game is
year,
gonna be fire. Okay.
yes, I'm
Trust
looking
me,
forward to it.
Alabama is coming, and me and you both said Alabama's a good team.
We
They're
did,
just like one or two players away.
which is this. They're this
Yeah,
close to
yeah.
like
And I like the coach.
crossing over. Yeah,
So I'm gonna tell you that second game is gonna be the game. You Alabama and Ohio State, boy, that's gonna be
yeah,
a game.
yeah.
Let's go.
And then we got Ohio State, Charleston. So we're of course we're predicting Ohio State beats
For sure.
Charleston, and then we should see number 3 versus number 6, Alabama versus Ohio State. My God, yeah.
Who you got? Big Ten against
Woo!
Tech.
I'm looking forward to it. Let me just say that. I'm looking forward to seeing, how it all
Plays
plays
out.
out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do predictions later on for the second round, but I
Don't
don't
get in your
know.
feelings now. Don't get in your feelings.
No feelings, no feelings when it comes to, yeah. I'm not biased at all when it comes to these
For
games.
sure.
It's only when it comes to South Carolina. All right,
Right.
so moving on to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we have number 7 Oregon taking on Clemson. Clemson is a good team. Um, I have not seen Oregon play. I think I may have watched one or two games, maybe, because they're in the Big 12. So I'm pretty sure I've seen them play once or twice. But Clemson is a good team. So that's going to be a good game. It's going to be a pretty good game. Clemson is not. They're another one of those teams that's like there. They're right there. They're right there, and they pulled off some big upsets this year that people didn't expect them to pull off. So that's going to be a good game. They beat the Duke, and Duke has been rolling through the ACC like, and they came in and was like, not today. You're not beating us today. You will not be undefeated anymore today. LSU and Southern again. It was supposed to be Alabama A&M, so we're not even gonna go there. Um, LSU will beat Southern
For sure.
handily. Which both of these teams are from Baton Rouge, so it's a home game for both of them, honey. It's a home game for both teams, and
What are you thinking about LSU? Do you think LSU
I want to see LSU and Clemson play each other. That's what I want to see
I
in
think
prime
LSU,
time.
and if they don't get their locker room together, They're gonna be an early out to me. Now they're gonna
Yeah,
win the first game for sure. But if they don't
absolutely.
get that attitude and them yelling at each other and doing all they do, it's not gonna work. You at this point in the season, you guys gotta have cohesiveness.
Yeah,
And yelling at each other during the game, and you didn't even wait till you went in at halftime and got
right.
it together, said what you had to say, come out and get yourself together. Man, be quiet and play ball. That's no, you know what you need to do. You're in college. This is college players. We ain't got to tell you to go down that lane, do this. Do what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect. Move
Mhm.
on to the next play. Stop arguing about what happened before that timeout or whatever. Move on
Right.
to the next play. And it really upsets me that Monkey would even just allow that to happen. Man, I would have been like, everybody be quiet. I might not have said be quiet,
Right.
but believe me, they would have got the message.
Yeah,
And that
absolutely.
just really works me when I see that. That's just it's just it just tells me that something is wrong in the locker room there.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. You got a bunch of hotheads. You got Michaela pushing the coach. You got her
Right.
yelling at the other players. You
Yeah.
got the freshmen yelling, the senior yelling,
Yeah.
and Flage trying to calm everybody down.
Flage crying. It's just
Yeah,
too much going on.
it's too
There's too
much.
much
It's
going
too
on.
one thing that you cannot be doing when you're playing sports. You can't be emotional. You got to
Yeah.
stay level headed,
Yeah.
regardless, because who is leading that pack?
Yeah.
So and we love LSU,
We do. We
and
do.
I want them to win. I want them to get to the Final Four, but I don't know if that's going to happen. They won't. They're going to have to come through UCLA though, so we'll see what's going to happen.
All right. So we're on to our third the third bracket side, and we've got Fort Worth. So Austin,
Illinois is up in that
Texas.
piece. Let's go, Illinois.
So we got number one on that side. We got Texas taking on Stephen F. Austin. Um, of course, we know Texas wins that game. The game to watch is going to be that Illinois Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has been shocking everybody and putting everybody on notice the whole season. If you have not watched an Oklahoma State game, they have been upsetting people left and right. So this game, we talked about Illinois in another video about their inconsistencies, the up and down,
Mhm,
it's like 1 minute they're playing really, really great basketball, and then the next
mhm,
minute they're falling apart.
mhm.
I am hoping that
Well, you can't do that here.
you cannot.
Are you gonna go home?
You're gonna go home and you're gonna stay home.
Yeah, you're gonna be watching that game from your TV at the crib. So
Yes,
let's get together,
absolutely.
Illinois. I'm expecting better things from that coach,
Yeah,
and I'm expecting you to do better recruiting and get better.
yeah.
Come on to the top of the Big Ten, man. This is not it's not
I
what we want to see.
as I've been watching these high school games on the NFHS network. So I've watched let's see, Kentucky, Tennessee, um, Kansas, New York,
Michigan, Michigan.
Michigan, of course Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I've been California. I've been watching these teams, and I'm watching, and as a matter of fact, David and I, my brother and I, were just watching. Made him watch a game from yesterday between Grayson and North Paulding. Listen, this game, there's a player named Coco Rudolph that plays for Grayson, and she was she just decommitted from Kennesaw State.
Okay.
And we're watching, and David says, "Why was she going to Kennesaw State to begin with? Why is she not going
That's
to the
probably why she
SEC?
decommitted.
Like, why is she not going to the SEC? Why is she not going to a big program playing
That's
like
probably why
that?"
she
I
did.
said,
That's probably why she decommitted because somebody got in her ear and said, "Oh no, let's not waste your time there."
I'm like, there's certain schools that we see that we've been watching all year, and we're like, oh man, they need this sort of player. And I'm looking at these games, and I'm like, yo, even
Remember
if
that?
as ever we
Remember
watch
that?
the JUCO teams, we're
Yeah,
seeing
remember
it.
that girl I told you about? And I said we was watching the game. We wasn't really watching her. I said, but the big girl can play.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, and I know that they have like, certain people that they're looking for, or positions that they're trying to fill or whatever. But I'm looking at these teams and I'm like, they could use a player like this. This particular person would fit well with the system. That Coco Rudolph would do well at Auburn.
but this is the thing. What you should have been doing is, well, we'll talk about that off screen. Okay.
All right. So anyway, Oklahoma State, Illinois, it's going to be a good game. I want Illinois to win because, of course, both of us are from Illinois. I
Yeah.
grew up in Champaign. Um, I've always been an Illini fan. I
Me
just,
too.
it just depends on which version of Illinois shows up. If the version that we saw early on in the season where they were undefeated and they were doing really well shows up, then yes, they can beat Oklahoma State. If not, Oklahoma State's going to run right over them because they have the ability to do that, and I've seen them do that to teams where I was like, I was not expecting that, but Oklahoma State is.
It's gonna be a fight, and they I hope
Yeah,
they're ready for the fight. Period.
absolutely, absolutely. So up next in Morgantown, West Virginia, we got Kentucky taking on either Nebraska or Virginia. I'm gonna go. I want it to be Virginia. I want it to be Virginia. So I'm assuming that Virginia and Nebraska are gonna have to play probably tomorrow or
I don't think.
maybe.
I think they just got it. I don't believe that. I think they're just picking it and then put it in there. I don't believe because Nebraska's from the Big Ten and Virginia's from the ACC. So I don't think they'll be playing each other not at 12. No. Um,
They just have to decide which one. I hope it's Virginia. I really want Virginia to get in.
it just depends. They probably did this early on, and
Yeah,
Virginia was on the not
on the
on the cusp, but
yeah,
they could either lose or win, or
yeah,
and they would be higher or lower. We might even see them in another quadrant. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I'm hoping for. I don't really Nebraska. And then we have West Virginia taking on Green Bay. I don't know what Green Bay looks like, but West Virginia is a really good team, and I just don't see Green Bay beating them.
No,
West Virginia is on a mission, and they can't be denied right now. So,
we'll see what they do with Kentucky.
yeah. Do you think that's going to be the game?
I think so. I like Kentucky. I mean, I
Shouldn't get
think
this
Kentucky has a
excited, but
good coach. I think they're up and coming.
yeah,
I think they're a couple players away from
yeah.
being at the top of the eight, at top of the sec. In that 1, 2, 3, or 4 spot. They
So,
just,
it's,
you just need to be tweaked a little bit.
I
And
think Tony graduates.
yeah,
You
this
know
is her
who
last
would
year.
you know who would be good in that position? That doggone Coco Rudolph.
Coco Rudolph is a point guard.
She's a everything guard.
Okay.
And she's like 5'10", 6 foot, something like that. Yeah. I'm telling
I
you,
need to see some highlights of her.
she's good. Mind you, because I know all of the North Paulding girls because I've seen them play multiple times. I haven't really watched Grayson all season, so when I'm watching the game and I'm like, she is who is this girl? Kennesaw State? Are we
Yeah.
serious, right? I felt the disrespect.
That's why she decommitted. I'm telling you. Somebody
It
probably
was
told
smart.
her. She probably got, when they got to the tournament or wherever, she probably started getting all kinds of looks like, you got to
Absolutely.
decommit because
I
you didn't
hope
got,
so.
you know, it's a matter, and it ain't like the ladies ain't getting no money either. They getting some money.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much money Kennesaw State gonna give you.
I don't know. I don't know. And they did it. They just changed coaches or something happened. So I think that
Kennesaw
was the
State did?
yeah, I think that was the reason why she decommitted was the coaching change. And a lot of times when you go and you commit and then they change coaches and you're like, I don't know this lady. I don't know
Right,
this man. I don't want to play for them. I want,
right.
you want to go with the person that recruited you. So I think that has a lot to do with the chaos at Tennessee, quite honestly. I think that threw everything off, threw a monkey
That's
wrench
the
in
reason why
everything.
I just said I hope they do not get rid of the coach. It's too much
Yeah, they
because
should have
it's
never got
gonna
rid of the coach before. But
yes,
I knew when Camilla hit that freaking,
but that shouldn't have been.
I
Let's
said
look
they
at
gonna
let's
fire
look
her.
at their season as a whole. Was they even supposed to be in the championship?
No.
No. So she did her big one.
And they fought back. They was down like 20 some points and they
Yeah,
came back and was
yeah,
winning the game.
she did her big one.
Man,
And so
listen.
you're gonna fire her over one shot? No, man.
Yeah,
Some and, things happen like that.
yeah. And
No,
then we
this shouldn't
got
be
over
here.
in Fort Worth, we've got Notre Dame taking on Fairfield. I don't see
This is what cracks me up. If this happens here, this cracks me up here. Do you see what they just did?
yes,
If that happens, that is
TCU and Notre Dame.
yes. That's what they're doing. They're putting it right against each other. Like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen here.
Yeah. I just it took a second.
This cracks me up
Yes.
here. They need to man, come
That's
on. In Texas, in Fort Worth,
yeah.
at their building, in TCU's building. Come on,
Yeah.
Notre Dame. Come on down. We got something for you. Ooh, they not right.
They not right for that. They could have put
And we if that does happen, we might get some energy from Olivia.
yeah,
We might
we
get something.
might. Cause she be playing like she'd rather be anywhere else.
Right.
It's just
But
like,
we might get some energy because she ain't gonna want to lose to Notre Dame and
yeah,
Hannah. Oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
So we predict that it will be a Notre Dame TCU matchup on that
For sure.
side. Then we in Iowa City, Iowa, we got Texas Tech taking on Syracuse. Texas Tech has been inconsistently. They were doing really great at the beginning of the season, and then they just, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the breakdown was, but they lost it, and they just have been up and down. One day they're playing supersonic basketball, and then the next minute they look like a middle school team that forgot how to play. So
So
if that version of
you predicting an upset here?
it's possible because Syracuse is a good team.
Yeah, I think they're decent. I think Syracuse, and I like the coach there.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, I mean, I think that Texas is gonna have to fight for their lives. All my life, I had to fight. They're gonna have to do that in order to beat Syracuse.
Okay.
So I think that's gonna be a good game. I don't have a prediction at this time for that. I think it's gonna be good. I don't see Missouri State even coming close to Iowa. The way Iowa's been
I don't
playing
either.
lately,
Mm-mm.
yeah, I don't
I don't
foresee.
even like Iowa. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be real honest.
Yeah,
I don't like Iowa. I'm gonna go against them on every game. I don't like them. I don't think I'm gonna ever like Iowa. I don't like how they play. I
yeah.
just where's your
We
athletes at? I
yeah,
just don't see
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I
I
see a
got
bunch
you.
of shooters.
I got you. So let's jump into the fourth and final quadrant out in Sacramento. So of course, the first games are played in Columbia, South Carolina. So South Carolina will take on
Are
either
you
Howard
kidding
or
me?
Sanford.
Are you kidding me? That they put Duke as a number 2 seed? Mm,
Uh, yeah.
mm. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. So we have them? That Villanova, Virginia Tech. I've been talking about Villanova season, all season.
Well, you gonna see him right here.
Listen, now that they get to play somebody other than freaking UConn, we get to see which if they're as good as I said that they were
They're
against
not gonna be in
Virginia
the
Tech.
tournament long. Just understand
Oh
that.
no, 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 no. Of course not. But they're I want to see how well they do against Virginia Tech because Virginia Tech is another one of those teams that's been up and down all season. You know, they you know, they're not a bad team at all. They're well coached and they got great players. So that's going to be a good matchup. That's a good 8-9 matchup that I'm looking forward to. That's another one. All the 8-9s are pretty good. Ole Miss and Miami, Ohio. I think Cody McMahon has an attitude right now,
Well,
as she
all they needed
said.
was some rest, and they got it.
Yes,
That's all they needed. They needed some rest, and they got it. And
that
they're
back
going
to
to
back
be.
to back to back to back. That
They're going to win this. I think I think they win these four here. I think they beat Miami and they beat whoever's coming after that. It's probably
probably gonna be
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And I think they beat them and they come out of there.
Yeah, Baylor and Rhode Island. I'm gonna choose Baylor. I need Little Paige Bugs to do her thing. 'Cause lately, she's been, I don't know, but I need her to handle her business. Michigan, Jacksonville. I like the coach of Jacksonville. I do, but I don't think they can handle. They're not going to be able to handle Michigan. I
Did you
see a
know?
Baylor.
Did you know the coach at Ole Miss used to coach at Jacksonville?
Ah, interesting. Okay. I see Michigan and Baylor going at it, and I think Michigan beats Baylor. Do I want Michigan to beat Baylor? No, but I think that's what's going to happen.
And let me tell you something else. She gave all the seniors diamond necklaces with their number on it.
Oh wow,
Coach Joe did.
wow, that's what's up.
That's a good for
Yeah,
her, man. Hey,
yeah,
good for her,
she's
man.
awesome.
Yeah.
I really like her. I like her
All of them got some
energy.
bling with their number.
Yeah, she came to a game last year between Sandy Creek and Creekside, and
Who was she recruiting?
I don't know.
Did she give CC an offer?
Cece did do a visit there.
Oh, she
Yes.
did a visit.
Hmm. I think they both did visits. Both Cece and Morgan did visits at Ole Miss. Cece is
Don't get me
visit.
started about Morgan because them stocks went down after last week.
You think they did? We're gonna do a whole high school recap video and talk about the games that that I watched. I
You
don't know
gave
if
a
you
whole
want.
state championship away.
We're gonna get into it in another.
Sheesh. 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 Come on, man.
Ooh. And there's been a lot of argument and discourse online about it, so I really want to get into that as well. But we will
All she had to do
highlight.
was play and be quiet.
We're gonna
What are we
highlight that
arguing
in a
about
whole
here?
nother video. We're not even
I
gonna get
don't
into it
care. All
right
she had to
here.
do was play and be
So
quiet.
next
Just
up, we
play.
got in Durham,
Play,
North
turn around, get D
Carolina.
on the D.
We
Play,
got
make a shot and get
Georgia.
on the D.
We got Georgia and Colorado.
Stop it right now. If you come up with something else, man, I would go head to head on anybody on that.
Listen, we're gonna
I
talk
know you're
about
trying
it.
to move on, but don't play with me on that,
We're
man.
gonna talk about it.
Anybody that's got eyes and anybody that's a coach and knows basketball, you basically gave them a championship.
Coach
They did
Ani.
not beat you. You
Coach
gave them a
Ani.
championship.
Let's save that for
Listen,
another video
we
because
will save
we
it, but
both have emotions and feelings about it.
I don't have no emotions. I know what facts are.
Okay, we gonna talk about it on a whole nother
Okay.
video because if I let Coach Ani go off right now, she's gonna continue to go off on about this game because
Man, no, I'm
listen,
done. I'm done talking about
listen,
it, man.
we need to talk about it though. We do need to talk about it. I think it needs to be talked about. I think it needs to be brought up and not in a
Yes, for
negative
sure. For
about
sure.
her or whatever, but just about lessons and learning and moving
But
forward and making good choices and
okay.
maturity.
Let
So
me
we're
say
gonna
one thing and I'm gonna be done with it.
okay until we do our video.
Until we do our video, and then I'm gonna expand on that for sure. Okay. If I'm a coach and I'm recruiting and I'm looking at her like, oh, okay, she can play. But there's another side to it. I'm not dealing with that chaos and all that drama. I'm gonna go try to find me somebody that can just play just as good as her without that mess. You're not gonna put let's flip it. Say we playing in the NCAA tournament and you do the same thing and you cost us a championship.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that on the line for you. No, not at all. So what is she, a sophomore or a junior?
She's
She's a sophomore, right?
sophomore.
She got
Hmm.
2 years to turn my feelings around. Because if you continue to do that, man, come on. She cost them a man. Because let me tell you something. I can understand if the other team was better than them, but that other team was not better than them.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
All they had to do is keep playing the way they was playing and play defense. Be quiet, play defense.
We're gonna get into it in another video, though. We're gonna
Okay.
show the highlights so you understand exactly what we're talking about
Yeah.
in regards to what happened in that game. So let's go. Let's
She
move
gave it to
to
him on a platter. Here you go.
it, up 6 points.
Here
Anyway,
you go.
let's move to Durham, North Carolina, and Georgia. Number 7 Georgia against number 10 Colorado. Colorado is another one of those teams that has been playing really great
That's a
basketball as
sleeper.
of late.
That's a
Very
sleeper.
definitely a sleeper team. Definitely a sleeper team. They're well coached and they play great basketball. And if Georgia, the Georgia that we've seen play good basketball shows up, I think they can beat Colorado. But they
Yeah,
have to play the entire game.
if
We
they
can't have we can't have uh Jelani Cambridge, not Jelani, I'm sorry, that's Ohio State. We can't have Danny Carnegie getting into foul trouble because when she's on the bench, it changes the energy and it changes the the production on the floor. She needs
well
to be on the floor.
when they played Georgia and she only had 2 points and 1 point at half or zero at half, she can't do that. If she does that, they're out of here. They're gonna lose.
When they played
Colorado's
who? Which
will
game?
no, I'm talking about Georgia.
When they played, you said when they
They
played
played they played Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay.
When they played Oklahoma, Oklahoma took it to her.
Yeah.
She had 1 point at half or maybe
Yeah.
zero. And she came
Yeah.
out of there. She got some points at the end. The game was over with. So if they key on her, because it messes up their whole offense if
It
they do
does.
that.
I
So
agree.
if she gets keyed on like I would do if I was Colorado, they're gonna beat Georgia
Yeah.
and they're gonna turn around and be playing Duke. I think Colorado's a good team, and I
Yeah.
think Colorado in their tournament they lost at the buzzer. So I think that they would be a higher seed if they would have won that game and moved on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see what happens here. This is gonna be a good game if they play each other. It's gonna be
I
a really
agree.
good game.
I agree. I agree. All right. So let's talk about the bubble watch teams. So these are the last four buys, which we talked about, which was Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Clemson, and Colorado. So those were the last ones to kind of creep in. The last four in, which are Richmond, Arizona, Arizona State, Virginia, and Nebraska. Of course, we saw that there was kind of they didn't know which ones were going to slip in between Virginia and Nebraska. I'm hoping for Virginia, but
Yes.
not sure. The last four out: BYU, North Dakota State, Mississippi State, and Stanford. I feel bad for Mississippi State because I feel like even BYU was really good this year. Um, as much as I'm not a fan of BYU overall, they really played some really good games, and they're a really good team. Mississippi State, great. I mean, they ended up playing better basketball later on. If they would have, if that version of the team would have showed up earlier in the season, I think we'd be having a different conversation right now about them. I
Mhm.
do hope the ones that don't get in end up going into the NIT because I think they'll do well in
Me
NIT.
too.
But
Keep playing. Don't ever stop if you have a chance.
yeah,
I know some teams they turn it down, but why? Why
yeah,
would you turn it? You still want the experience of the tournament. You still want to
absolutely,
keep playing and getting better for next year. You still want the
absolutely.
experience. I don't understand why you would do that. You're still going to get paid.
I agree. I wouldn't turn it down if I were them.
Right.
I wouldn't,
I
but
hope
a
I
lot
hope
of them
Alabama and
do.
A&M get to go to the NIT. I hope they
Yeah,
get to
me
go.
too. I do too. I
So
do
I hope
too.
I really do. I hope they because I think they missed they missed the big one. They
Yeah.
just
On a
let
last
me
second
tell you
shot
this.
too.
I
Yeah.
wasn't watching that game, but I was working. but I had it on my phone and I kept looking, but they were losing the whole game.
Mm,
Alabama A&M was losing the whole game, and they caught up, and then they lost at the buzzer.
yeah,
But they was losing the whole game, and I don't even think they beat Southern twice.
yeah.
So they
I
came
don't
in
know.
with, you can't, like, you got to
You
still,
can't take advantage of, you
sometimes,
know,
like we said, when South Carolina lost that game, that's okay. Sometimes it's good to lose a game
yeah, yeah,
and come in and see, because sometimes you start to get, they had 18 games straight where they won. Sometimes you
yeah,
start to get comfortable.
absolutely.
And then that's what happens to you. And then you lose in a big game that you really needed to come out and put a foot on their neck, and they didn't do it.
Yeah,
Southern was ready, and they was ready to go because you had beat them. So they came out, ready to go. But the whole time of Alabama A&M was losing that game, the whole
yeah.
game.
So what
So
do
I
we
didn't.
think about Texas A&M? Like, do you feel like the coach is going to?
You think the coach is going to be fired? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
So maybe if they get in, maybe they won't get in. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I can't really speak.
And Utah is fairly. I mean, these I would say Texas A&M, Utah, and Kansas. I did not see Columbia play uh, really this season, but I know Kansas. Kansas just they were so close to. They were there. They were there. I think they need just a couple of more pieces. They put a lot of pressure on their freshmen uh, in the paint. She did
Yeah.
well, but again, that's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
for you
Well,
to be
we'll see
banging in
what
the paint.
happens. Well, we'll see what happens when the selection committee comes, and we will see what happens. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the selections and see where everybody
Yeah,
goes. Actually, let's put an imprint on it, and we can come back and give our because I really don't want to give a like, what we think is going to come out of 1, 2, 3, and 4
yeah.
right now. Let's make sure that this is what it is, and then we'll come back and give a few minutes of what our predictions are, our individual
Okay.
predictions, because sometimes me and you don't be on the same page.
We definitely don't. We be beefing, honey.
Yeah, but that's okay. I like that. You
I
you have
love
your
it.
the way you thinking about it. I got the way I'm looking at it. So,
Yeah, yeah. I
but
love it though.
I want to be able to look at it. And, when we come back, I want to be able to look at the whole thing as a whole, and I will come. To me, I want us to pick the games that we think is going to be some shockers, or what we think are going to be really good games.
Okay. All right. Well, that is our predictions and talk about the not that was not the definite
Right,
um schedule, but it is the prediction. So we'll
right.
see later on today. I think it's when it comes. It's if the permanent one comes out around 9 p.m. tonight. Is when the permanent one comes out, so we'll know exactly where everyone is and what it looks like.
Well, I think
Um,
that them top seeds are going to go to exactly what we just had.
okay.
Okay, I really do. I just don't think that everybody on the lower half might be this not be the same, but I think the top seeds are going to be exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Hold
the
on.
top four seeds,
Yep.
the top, the four number one seeds, which are
Yes.
UConn, South Carolina, um, Texas, and UCLA.
It's coming on here. Selection starts at 6 p.m. Eastern
Yes,
in 30
it's
minutes. Hold on.
um,
The women's is 8 p.m.
correct. And the
Okay.
permanent, the definite, because that's the selection part, comes on at 8, and then the permanent schedule comes out at 9. So
Yeah.
be on the lookout for that.
Yep.
And do you want to talk about USA really quick?
USA's
Or
been playing really good, and I'm gonna tell you who's really, like, people always want to pit like Angel Reese against CC, and it's not really about that. They're on a team. They're playing good. We're let's get past these issues. It makes me sick. It really does. If Angel Reese don't pass the CC, oh my gosh, she don't like her. Stop. They were on a fast break. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Angel Reese has stood out in all these games to me.
yeah,
Okay. She stood
consistently.
out in all these games to me. And if she continues to get better, she's gonna continue to stand out. And that's why she was been in the starting lineup. So stop playing with me, okay? Leave Angel Reese alone. She's gonna ball out. You can call her every name in the book. You can say whatever you want to. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
And they don't. And
And
they do
you
not.
know, it's like everybody's like, CC should be starting over who? Who's she starting over? You want to take the point guard out the start? Let CC start over her? Now come on, y'all. That ain't gonna happen. Okay.
Yeah.
CC gonna get her minutes, and she's gonna do what CC does. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. There's some things I don't like what Angel Reese does. I think that she needs to work on. But there's some things I really don't like about what CC does. And I'm gonna tell you, if anybody knows basketball, if you watch the games, CC will pass the game and she'll stand. She don't move nowhere. She stands. She plays ball like James Harden. James Harden don't move nowhere. He just stands. He passes. He just stands over
And he
here
just
and watches
watches.
everybody else.
Yeah, just watching.
Olivia,
Olivia
just stand.
Miles.
Yeah, you
Yes.
don't run off the ball. You got to run off the ball. You got to
Yeah.
move. You got to go somewhere. Because what happens is, and I'm gonna give you a good example. Now I was watching this highlight tonight. So I think it was Plum, Kelsey Plum. Is it Kelsey?
Hmm.
Okay, so it was Cece and Kelsey Plum right here. So it was Kelsey, Cece. Cece's just standing looking at Kelsey. So the people on defense kind of back up off of him. So now Kelsey, she can't go in because Cece's man's helping off of Cece, and the lane is not open. Now, if you go away and go down in that corner, then you move it and it opens up a lane for Kelsey. But
So
since you're
we are, when she's
standing,
saying CC, she's talking about Caitlin Clark. So just so
yeah,
that we understand that
everybody
Caitlin
knows who
Clark is
CC
who
is.
we're talking about. And
Just
so
watch it.
Caitlin does not play good defense, and she stands around a lot on offense. She's not moving without the ball. She's not
Yeah,
doing the things.
yeah. The
Uh,
only time she moves with the ball is when she has the ball. That's the
yeah,
only time. Other than
yeah,
that, she stands. And that irritates the mess out of me because it messes up everybody else's game.
yeah,
And it doesn't move your man around. It lets the man kind of double team the other person because you're standing and going nowhere.
yeah. But they have been playing well. I think there are things that they definitely need to work on.
For
And I think
sure.
these games are the reason they're playing these games basically to get it together and get the flow together and all the things
Yeah.
that they need because when they play France, when they play Brazil, when they play Germany, Australia, it's going to be a dogfight, and they got to
It's,
be able
it's,
to play against
it's
these
gonna
other teams.
yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight because this is a thrown together team. They just got
Yeah,
together last week, two
yeah,
weeks ago. So we haven't been together. The Brazils, the Frances, and those teams, they've been playing together for years.
yeah,
It's the same team. The France team is the same team that played in the Olympics. Maybe one or two other players, but they got the same team.
yeah,
Okay, they know each other. They can go, once you play together for so long, you can go right and start right up and get click right now. This team ain't never played together.
right.
And you know who else is playing good on this team is ooh, Monique. What's her name? Monique.
Monique Bellin.
Yes.
Oh
She's
yeah,
been starting most of the games.
yeah, she's doing really well.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm happy for her because she was getting pushed around a little bit. Like she was,
Hmm.
got let go from a team and she went to Phoenix 2 years ago. They was trying to, slide her in somewhere. And then she ended up on the Valkyries and she did very well
She
with
did.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And I
been
thought
playing
she
really
played,
well.
yeah, and the biggest thing for her that she played in Unrivaled. Unrivaled helped her.
Yeah, I agree. Unrivaled does something to your game, I think.
Yes, for
It
sure.
it, it requires you to step up on defense. I think it would be good for Caitlin to play in Unrivaled. I think
Yeah,
it would
me
elevate
too.
her game a
Me
lot.
too.
Like it'll help her 3-point percentage, I think. I
Yeah.
think it'll help a lot of things because Kelsey and Marina Mabry,
Marina
Ryan
Mabry was killer.
Howard,
She was
Enrique
killer.
played good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought this, I think Unrivaled is good for any player. I don't think no one's good and not too good to play Unrivaled.
I agree.
So
I agree.
that's just me though.
Unless you're Asia Wilson. I don't
Well,
know. I'm just saying.
Uh,
Asia's
Asia,
still gonna,
hey,
Asia's
Asia
gonna
got
come
stuff
back
to
next
do.
year, and
Asia got stuff to do. But the thing about this is, Asia, you're in Miami. You're in Miami,
she's not playing though. She's like, girl, please.
but you're in Miami.
She
You're
ain't going.
in my. You've been in
She in
Miami
Miami with
school.
her man, honey.
Yeah, but she can go play and still. You in Miami. You've been in Miami ever since you got that championship was over.
My
You lived
Asia
with.
said, I'm the MVP. Okay, I'm
I
not doing all
understand.
that.
I still feel like she should play a season with Unrivaled.
I agree. I agree, but
I still feel like she should play.
I think
I
she
feel like everybody should play.
I think she wanted, like last year, I don't know why she didn't play last year, but I think this year was kind of like, I just want to be with my man, my man, my man. And that's what she was. And I ain't mad.
I
Lay up
understand, but
under your man,
you didn't
boo.
like your man is in Minnesota. Your man is
Right.
in Miami where they are.
But she in all the games. She going to all the games. She going all over. She on the plane with the team. Okay.
Yes, she is.
She in the press conference. Listen, Asia is doing
Hey, let me tell you something.
I love it.
I love it too. You know what I'm saying? Bam, go on, get the ring, and y'all go home seal the
Everybody
deal.
keeps saying that.
Man,
Everybody keeps saying
y'all
that.
are great for each other.
Yeah.
Y'all love each other. You know what I'm saying? Right. All I can see is a perfect fit here. Let's go ahead.
They
Go
look
ahead,
so
Bam.
good together. They do. Great
Yeah.
couple. All right. So
Happy for happy for both of them. Because it
absolutely.
seemed like he needed her as much as she needed him.
Back.
Yeah, so I'm
Back.
happy for them, man. I'm happy for anybody that's happy.
All right. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of We Ball Into Podcast. We'll be back again to talk about the actual selections and what our predictions are for the upcoming games they're
Yep.
coming up. We kind of gave you a little bit, but of course we don't know whether or not these are permanent. These are just predictions. So we shall come back and do another video. We'll also be back to talk about the high school girls, the up and coming McDonald's All American game, which will be coming on.
For sure.
I really want to highlight a lot of the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors that I came across because the McDonald's All American game, of course, we're going to see all the big names come across and where they're going to end up going to college. But I want to kind of talk about these girls that people don't necessarily know about, are not being talked about, are not getting all of the
Mhm,
offers that
mhm.
they
There's a
should be
lot of
getting.
talent out here. You just
Oh
gotta
my
know where it
God!
is. And sometimes you just don't see it. Like, they
Right?
only got so many hours and minutes and time to go see the player. But
Yeah.
also they got the network like me and you. Believe me, they on that
Correct.
network. They're on the network.
I don't know if people watch that Princess Anne versus Menchville game, but that was a game. That was a game. If you get the opportunity to go back and watch Menchville, Menchville, Menchville versus Princess Anne,
And what
please do.
state?
That's Virginia.
Okay.
That please do. It just and I want and then also Manor just won. There was like some controversy in regards to their team. And they actually took Menchville to the wire. And I'm watching Manor play, and I'm like, they're really good, but they took Menchville to the wire. So everybody's like, we
Yeah.
want to see Manor versus Princess Anne. I don't. When you get the opportunity, people, go on the NFHS
Yeah.
network, or they might even be on YouTube. You might be able to find the videos there of these games, but there is some really fabulous talent. And a lot of these girls are freshmen and sophomore and junior. They're not even seniors yet, and they're playing on these big stages and balling. So, but we're going to come back in another video and talk about these high school girls. So I think they
Sure
need
are.
they need to be highlighted. These games that I watched that were just absolutely amazing. These girls that I saw,
We try to get a couple interviews for these ladies. So we're
absolutely,
gonna bring on some ladies that we want to interview and kind of highlight and get them out there and you know, put them on the spotlight.
absolutely, they deserve it. They deserve it. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next video.
Peace.